Just do the Four Town song.
I never met nobody like you. Had friends and I've had buddies,
It's true.
but they don't turn my.
Tell me the way you do.
I never met nobody like
You.
our friend's house. What a mess. Oh God.
Yeah, no, that's.
I'm so sorry.
We're sorry, guys.
How dare I disrespect 410 like that?
That was pretty good. I honestly, I don't have it memorized like that.
Oh, missing out.
Could you recite the whole song?
I mean, that's basically the most of the gist of that one, right?
Yeah.
I only ever heard it the one time I saw the movie.
You never know. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
She
Oh
plays
my,
it
oh my, you never know.
all the time, and it's like, oh my god.
Well,
That's right.
welcome to our friend's house.
Yeah.
We're obviously missing someone because we didn't get the original
Yeah,
intro, the
Yeah.
better intro.
he's gone.
Yeah, he left us.
Yeah, we had a horrible breakup.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should just clickbait the fuck out of this video.
Marco's gone.
Marco left us. All caps.
Betrayal.
Like
Betrayal.
betrayal.
Yeah, this is an ultimate story of betrayal, love, lust,
Especially lust.
and murder. But yeah, welcome back. Marco's gone, and so is the video.
Yeah.
He took the camera.
Took the cameras with him.
I'm telling you, a lot of drama, guys.
Even though one of the cameras was my phone. I was like, Marco, my phone.
Took everything.
He's like, fuck this. I'm taking the guitar, the
Yeah, the
cameras.
I'll leave you guys the microphones though.
Even the microphone is
I'm
it.
taking
I
the cameras, the guitar, and the superstar of the show.
He is the the balancing
Force.
force.
Especially with his little random comments when things are quiet.
Yeah.
Just say the randomest thing.
That was my favorite thing. That's why in the last episode that we did, I didn't cut out when like the audio went out because I didn't notice that the entire time Marco was trying to keep people entertained.
Yeah, that was,
no.
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah,
I love
yeah. When
that.
he was just like,
And he was like, time to play some elevator music. Like, do 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 do.
So funny.
And I was like,
When I saw that too, I was like,
because I was so focused trying to fix everything, I
Me too, I
didn't
didn't realize
realize
that.
that
Yeah.
he was doing that.
that was funny.
Yeah, Marco. Well, so okay, we should start off by explaining what's going on.
Oh, yeah,
Because it was funny because Celeste was like, as you guys may have noticed, Marco's not here. I'm like, well, they can't see.
yeah, they
anything.
can't see.
Well,
Yeah.
they couldn't hear
They can't
him,
notice.
and the guitar's gone. So
Yeah, but you know,
The
he's-
guitar.
the guitar.
The guitar.
Guitar.
well, the guitar could have been missing, and to be honest, Marco was kind of quiet the entire time, anyways.
True.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
As you can now hear,
He's camping.
Yeah.
Marco's gone.
Yeah, he's getting. No, I'm not gonna joke about that. No, yeah, I am. He's getting eaten by bears right now.
What?
Yeah, he's gonna get eaten by desert bears.
Yeah, I don't even know where he went.
He went camping to the desert.
To Pismo?
I don't know. He said somewhere out in the desert.
Oh, what the?
I
fuck?
barely asked him last night, and yeah, he said in the desert. That's where now you're like bears. I'm like, yo,
There's-
those
Oh,
deadly
yeah, no, I
desert
thought he went
bears.
camping, like to the woods.
Nah, they're doing like RV style camping
oh, yeah,
out in the
they-
desert.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
took
yeah.
their quads and stuff.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah, yeah,
Pismo.
probably,
That's
yeah.
where they
yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, so Marco went camping. The cameras went camping too. Yeah, I mean, we were probably just doing a short episode. We weren't able to do it last week. I forgot what happened.
It's a lot of just busy.
We just got busy.
Yeah.
Well, Marco had midterms.
Yeah, Marco couldn't all week basically. He
Yeah.
disappeared
I
on us
pretty
for a
much
week.
couldn't last week either because I just had like
She had
meetings and
meetings,
meetings
training.
and just yeah,
Yeah,
I was
you
just
know,
busy.
I had an important week of Dead by Daylight too, so you know.
Yeah, I was pretty
In
busy.
reality,
Yeah.
the busiest of us all was Rigo.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the only thing. Like, this podcast has been my main hobby and task of the week. So last week when we didn't do it, I was like,
Time to find something else for this week.
yeah,
What
I
do
was
do
like,
with my life
I
right
was
now?
like, wow, now I have to sit here with my thoughts.
That's the worst.
I was like, thanks a lot, guys. I was waiting for the call, like, never mind, we can do it. I was like, all right, let's go.
He's like waiting in his car.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
I was outside. I was like, oh, I was just in the neighborhood, guys.
Peeking through the fence.
Just look out the window. I'm like,
I'm good. I'm out here just chilling.
yeah, don't worry, guys. Keep doing you. But yeah, that pretty much explains where we were. And then the thing is, we record them like a week in advance. So we haven't done the podcast in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering why it felt much longer. I was like, we only missed a week.
A week.
Yeah.
But that episode we had recorded it
The week
before.
The weekend before the Friday we released.
because that weekend we went for pizza.
Yeah.
The weekend that we still hung out, but we didn't do the
we didn't
podcast.
record.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, why does it feel? Why didn't we do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went out for pizza and then came back to Isidro's house and took a nap.
We all
Oh
passed
yeah,
out.
because I had to do homework.
Yeah, Celeste did a nap.
Oh yeah.
I came out and everyone was passed out. I was just like,
It's just Eric got comfy.
Eric got hella comfy. I'm convinced now that couch does have magical properties.
Yeah, no,
I took a nap before Rio got here. I passed out.
Well, yeah, when you came out of your office, you did look a little.
Yeah, I
little,
had
like-
just woken up. I was calling my mom though. I was just calling my mom for the day.
You were like, yeah, Mom, working hard.
Yeah, I was like, I just got home from yeah, I've been feeling a little under the weather. I don't have COVID.
Oh, thank
I
God.
tested it and it's negative. I think I just got a cold. We slept with the window open the other night because I got really hot because the heater was on. And I got very
So you
frustrated.
opened the window?
Yeah.
No,
Instead of
I did turn off the heater. I came out, I turned off the heater, and I came to open the window because I was frustrated with how hot I was. So I was like, I need to cool down now. So I opened the window. And I left it open.
I
the
know it's
whole
hilarious
night.
when she like gets
I
like
hated
hot
it,
and
yeah.
sweaty, just like oh my god, it's so hot. I'm just like, dude, you're
I
weenie.
don't like it.
Yeah, big weenie. Nah, I get you though.
Yeah.
I don't do well with the heat.
Me either. I hate it.
It's annoying.
Because from where I come from, like, the hottest it'll get maybe, like, is 80, if that. But, like, throughout, like, in summer months. But we have the ocean, so, like, we always have that breeze, so it keeps it cool. And when I came over here, it's like, the fuck is this?
Yeah. Oh, no.
100-degree weather and shit.
So that was what I was gonna tell you. Yesterday when I was talking to Marco, he said that because we were gonna do the podcast yesterday, but then Celeste got sick, and then right now when you were like, "Oh, I'm sick," I was like, when I came in, I was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't ask her if she had COVID," but I was already in here.
We wouldn't.
We wouldn't have made you come over here.
I was like, why did I think about that when I came into the apartment?
We are considerate, Rio. I would not.
Yeah.
Have, I think it's just a little cold, honestly, because it's my typical little cold symptoms.
Yeah,
Little
it doesn't
stuffy,
sound like you have
stuffy
COVID.
nose. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Even the cold isn't that bad. It's really small.
No, she
It's
doesn't
like
get sick. Whenever she gets sick, it's like little tiny baby sniffles and like little tiny cough.
I want some
I've
chicken
never,
noodle soup.
I've never seen her like sick. She's never since
My
I've
immune
gone out with
system
her.
is.
Sheesh.
I don't know what. Apparently, like for someone who eats no fruits and vegetables, her immune system is.
That's the
freaking-
key.
That's the key. Don't eat
answer.
fruits and
Don't be
vegetables.
healthy.
She doesn't get sick like that. She
I
gets
don't.
sick like little kids get sicker than she does. She gets little like. She's like, I'm sick. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know, I get the stereotypical like man cold. Like when I get sick, I die.
Yeah, me too.
So does he.
And then she's just like, you're just exaggerating. I'm just like, yeah, you freaking
He is exaggerating.
lucky you don't get.
He is exaggerating.
I get what fucks me up is like my sinuses.
Oh yeah, he gets very bad sinus.
Like
infection.
I just get like where it's like I have like a toothache, my cheeks hurt, my forehead hurts, my eyes hurt, my
Weak.
fucking head hurts.
Wait, okay, let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. All right, so Celeste, explain why do you not eat fruits and vegetables? Even though they are an important part of the food pyramid.
I don't know. I think it's ever since I was little too. I guess from what my parents told me, I didn't like it. I don't know, the consistency maybe. The only fruits I'll eat is like
The consistency.
raspberries and blackberries, and maybe
Raspberries?
like tangerines.
I feel like raspberries have
You
the
won't
weirdest
eat
texture.
tangerines. I've offered you oranges, and it's the same type of consistency as a tangerine, the same shit, and you don't need it. So no, her parents.
Why are you getting mad at me?
Her parents have literally
Because fruits
told
are
me.
important.
I know,
Her
but
parents have literally told me.
I eat more vegetables than I do
You don't
fruits.
eat vegetables. But okay.
More. No,
Her
but what I'm
parents-
saying is I like more vegetables than I do fruits.
Her parents have
Fight,
literally
fight,
told
fight.
me that. Like, her parents have literally told me that. Like they think like therapy would help because like they think it's a psychological issue. Like,
So dramatic,
they're
huh?
deeming their child
So
crazy.
dramatic.
No, it's like people go to therapy to treat like PTSD and depression. It's like, why are you here? I can't eat fruits.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. Like,
No, but it doesn't piss me off for anything other than she misses out on like delicious food
Yeah.
and,
I like
and
smoothies.
little things that she's like, I can't
Mangoes?
take them, dude.
No?
I like dried mangoes.
Nothing.
Does that make
What?
sense?
What the fuck,
Yeah.
man? Oh my god.
I feel like those are chewier and
Those are gross.
stretchier and
No.
Dry.
dry. Yeah.
Take 'em
Yeah,
completely
they're
away
not
from
all.
Don't get me wrong, I like
mushy
dry
and
mangoes, but I
stuff.
mean, I'm just saying, like,
I don't know. I'm very weird with it. Like
watermelon?
I like it.
Nope.
What?
I don't like watermelon. I don't even like the smell of it so much either.
I was about to get canceled right now, but
What
moving
the
on.
heck?
Moving on.
You can't smell.
Oh.
Watermelon smell is delicious.
I don't like it.
Bananas?
Uh-uh.
Strawberries? Nope.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna pack this.
Isn't it infuriating?
I say we move on to a different topic.
All right, so you're scared of fruits and vegetables.
I'm not scared of them.
I mean,
Sounds like you're scared, Celeste. And you were also scared of cake?
Okay. I used to be scared of cake when I was like in preschool, which just saying that sounds ridiculous.
It sounds like the worst preschooler ever. I've never met a kid who
I
was terrified of cake.
no.
I was traumatized for a little bit of time. And then that made me terrified of cake. I went to a birthday party for my uncle or something, or a cousin. I was in preschool. I was right next to whoever's birthday it was, so they brought out the cake, and then they pushed them in to the cake,
yeah.
like
As they do.
super fucking hard. Like
Yeah.
they rammed the dude's face in, and then he lifted his face up and like turned to me, and I got so terrified. Yeah, like my mom says that I ran out screaming because it was so scary. Cause I'm scared of clowns too, so I'm pretty sure that's what like made me like. Cause one, they rammed his face in to a cake. That was like, oh my god, what the fuck are they doing? And then he lifts up his face and is all covered in cake and stuff, and they turn to me. And then apparently for a time, anytime I went to a birthday party or something and they brought out the cake, I started crying from when my mom started saying, when my mom told me.
I thought his nose was gonna be bleeding or something,
No,
or like they
it's
broke
just
his
the
face.
face was just so like, it was scary to me. I don't know. And then my mom's saying that like at preschool too, like I was the one that would start crying when the cake would come out when it was a kid's birthday or something. But that I got better with it over time. I'm
Tears
not
of
scared
joy.
anymore, but I don't like people standing behind me when it's my birthday because I don't want to get pushed in. Ever since I was little, I don't like people standing, like no one stand anywhere near me.
Yeah, we just didn't do that growing up. Like
They did with my
cake
like
and
brothers
face.
and stuff, but ever since then, I was like, mm-mm.
Stop.
And my mom always helped out too, because well, obviously she's the one that saw I got traumatized by it when I was like 4.
That's hilarious.
When I was 4, so she was like, okay, no one stand behind her because she's gonna start freaking out. So that's my story. I was scared of cake when I was in preschool.
I mean, yeah.
It makes sense.
It does cause trauma.
I was 4.
You were okay, so
Or
you were
5,
4
4,
when
5.
this happened.
Yes. It only lasted for a little bit. From
Okay. How'd you get over your fear?
I honestly don't like.
You just woke up one day, you're like, I want cake.
I don't know. I feel like. Did I ask my mom about how I like got over it? I feel like I did, and she told me, but I don't really.
I mean, it's cake. You can't hate it forever.
Yeah, I think she just grew out of it. That's what she said.
I think also when like
You were
I
exposed.
think
to
my
it, too.
main fear obviously was just getting pushed in and stuff, and like seeing their
No, and
face come out and
she
stuff.
protected you, and I mean, no one did that at school, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
you weren't gonna.
Yeah, no, I remember like I saw like a TikTok like that or something where like a girl got in like trouble because she got invited to like a party
Did she?
for school. Yeah, and like she grabbed the girl's face and shoved it into the cake, and everyone at the party just looked at her like, "What are you doing?" And they had to call her mom to come pick her up.
It's like what? I thought everyone did this shit.
Yeah.
It was a scary time.
Wait, Isidro, when you were growing up, did they put your face in the cake?
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was.
It's a thing now at
That
your
was-
like
Yeah,
family
they still
stuff.
do it. And as you get older, it gets worse. Because now
Yeah,
it's like
and
all the
then they can go
older
harder.
all the little cousins who are now like high schoolers and
Yeah,
stuff. Like it's just like, fuck. Now you got like five pretty strong hands that you're fighting off to not get pushed into the cake.
And it was my older brothers that I was always scared of. Like, well, one of Gabriel. I was always just like, don't get
So-
anywhere near me because I know you will push me.
So they never did it to you?
No,
though?
they never did it to me.
Ah.
Just because, well, I think it's because my mom really like
Yeah, she was
protected
protected.
me from it. Just
yeah,
because she
yeah.
saw how like scared I was from it. When
Yeah,
I was
your own
little.
Secret Service.
I know.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
just like, she'd tell my brother more than anything because that's who I knew would push me and if he got near me. So she was just like, get away from her.
I never learned how to swim.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know how to swim.
he doesn't know.
Wait. Okay, wait. To this day,
He doesn't
like
know how
you
to
can't swim?
Nope.
Can you float?
No,
He doesn't
probably
really
not.
like
I
being
do not
in
like
pool-
being in the water.
In water.
Like period.
That's
like,
crazy.
I feel in complete, like, just like I
Like
don't
anxiety.
belong there. Like it's like I can't control my body. That's how I feel. I hate it.
But
Well,
you
that's
also
crazy because
had,
I
like-
was on the swim team in high school.
No, shit.
I hate it. But to me, it's because of that. Like,
Like
my
another
uncle,
traumatizing
when I was little, like
experience.
you jumped in pools and stuff, and you,
Uh-huh.
like the little big inflatable pools in my grandma's backyard. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Well, my uncle came and. Fucking, I
helped
forgot
you.
what they were trying to do. They were just like, oh, like, okay, now you want me to learn how to
Drown
actually-
him.
Now
Drown
you
him.
actually learn how to swim.
That's the
And I
Mexican
was just
culture
like, oh,
for
yeah,
you.
but I don't want to get into it. I don't remember why the fuck I didn't want to get in.
Yeah.
And he was just like, just fucking get in. And he just fucking grabbed the back of my head and just pushed me in there. And
I would have been
remember
so
I was
pissed
like
if
her,
that
like,
was my kid.
I got
Like-
up and I was just like, fucking crying and ran inside and shit. And then
Dude, just hearing that, like,
hella pissed off.
I-
But like that feeling, I guess, just in that instance, I was just like,
were your parents there?
my mom was, my dad wasn't.
How did she react? Like, did she like? Get mad
my
at your
mom's too
uncle?
Nice.
That's
My
true.
mom
Yeah.
wasn't
That
getting
is
mad
true.
at my uncle. My mom was just like, cause I started I was like rage crying, but like crying, and she was like, it's too deep. Like that's just how you.
pushed me.
Yeah.
Like water with like snow coming out of
the typical like
Mexican.
Mexican or
Yeah.
Latino response of like, that's just how they are.
Yeah.
Forgive
yeah.
them, cause that's just how they are. And it's just like, oh, okay, cool. And yeah.
I would have gotten so pissed if they did that to my kid.
And I didn't like. And I didn't like.
Dude.
I didn't like that. Now it's just like, it's whatever. He's my uncle. He's cool, I guess. They're all cool.
But you hated
I
him
didn't
for a
like
while.
him because of that. And then 'cause he also
yeah.
he always used to.
Motherfucker almost drowned.
Because I was like a little mama's boy. Rightfully
yeah.
so. I guess like. I
Yeah.
don't know, for whatever reason it pissed him off. But like his younger brother by like a couple years only was always like. He was more like, hey, like me juntaba más. This uncle he always called me like a freaking, like me llamaba mariquita when I was little. He'd be like, oh, like, ay, la pinche, like lloras de todo or this and that.
Yeah.
I remember that even back then I'd be like, you motherfucker.
Bro,
I
like, yeah, you and me had the exact
hated
same
him,
childhood.
dude.
Yeah.
I hated him. I was like, just you wait, you son of a bitch. I fucking hated him.
The microphone just fell, but we're good.
Sorry, if you heard a little.
Yeah.
Knocked it down.
But yeah, I never learned how to swim because of that. Even when I got older, I did go to the pool. And it's also because like my dad never took me.
Yeah.
My dad never ever took me to the pools, so like I never really. Even when I did go with friends and stuff.
You didn't have like older siblings either or anything.
Yeah,
to, like,
I don't
take
know.
you.
It was just I never probably. And as I got older, I feel like it got harder.
Yeah.
Like.
I feel like it's something typically.
Makes
I
typically you
don't know.
learn
It got
as a
harder.
child.
I don't know how that. I guess it makes sense just because, like, when you're little, you don't
Well, you don't really have a choice when you're little. I feel like when you're older, you're like, I don't know, I don't want to try, I don't want to like.
But I mean, even getting in the water, it was easier when I was little. Like it's almost
Yeah.
like the fear is not. Like,
No,
you don't
because
really
you're a
even-
kid. It's the
You don't
exact
have
same
the
thing.
awareness of death.
Death, yeah.
Yeah.
And so like when you're older, it's just like, yeah, this is a little tiny pool, but like I still don't
Yeah.
like being in here. Like the possibility is I could die.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd assume it's the same thing. Like if you're trying to learn how to ride a bike, like as an adult,
It's probably harder.
yeah, because you're thinking like
You're
know
overthinking it.
I'm gonna fall, like you know what falling is and getting hurt and breaking an arm. As a kid, you're like,
don't give a
fuck
fuck,
it,
yeah.
like
You bounce, dude.
Yeah.
You bounce when you're little.
Yeah.
Have you ever broken a bone?
Yeah, I sprained. I forget what's the correct term for it. Not like a break.
Fracture.
I think it's
Fractured it?
fracture,
Like
maybe like a
sprained?
sprain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fracture or
Your
sprain.
wrist?
Yeah, I got hit by a car.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god! You've never broken a bone.
I've never broken.
I broke
one.
my arm when I was 5.
I've fallen really hard. Really hard. But I mean, I drank chocomil in the morning every fucking morning. So I have that to think.
I don't
apparently.
think that
believe.
helps,
I have
bro.
that to
I don't
think.
think that helps.
It's like you best believe my bones are sturdy.
I've never
Chocomeal.
I've never broken. I don't know.
It's like what, like 100% sugar,
know.
and like 1% milk.
The proof,
Like, hey, that 1% adds up.
the proof is in the chocomil, dude.
And the
so I don't know.
chocomeal.
You're like, I haven't broken a bone since, so.
Yeah. No, the thing is, when I was in high school, I want to say, I got really into like, like fixies, like those bikes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, they were like super popular like around that time, and it's like, I obviously couldn't afford it. The bikes are fucking expensive.
Like $1,000.
Yeah. So I had traded like a vintage bike or something that I wasn't gonna fix. A friend had like, he would repair bikes, so I traded with him because he wanted to fix that vintage bike, and I got his bike. So I was able to ride that. Once I got that bike, like wouldn't spend time at home. Like I just want to ride it all the time. And I'd go out riding with my cousin, and we were biking through like our neighborhood. And this happened like we had just left my house, and we were gonna go maybe to the beach. Like we would always just bike like all the way from our house to the beach. It's like not close,
Yeah.
like to bike, but we're little,
like, fuck it,
fuck
yeah.
it. Like we had nothing better to do.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I remember we were just having a good time, and like we turned 2 blocks down.
And then, skirt!
Yeah, no. So a pit bull
Oh, shit.
hops a fence, like fully hops the fence,
How
the entire
scary.
fence. And he's like, oh, fuck. And like he starts pedaling, and we're like, what are we doing? Like, it's just like, it's gaining on us, like quick. And we're like, we gotta split up. Like he'll go for one of us.
Yeah.
And then the other person will just keep going. So I make a left into a different block, and my cousin goes straight. The dog follows him, so I'm good. But I'm looking back to see if the dog's coming my way.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't my fault. Like I'm on the right hand side of the lane of the street, and there's a car. Like so I'm gonna pass the car,
Oh,
and I'm on the right side of them. And they turn without looking because they're going into the driveway, into their driveway.
yeah.
Yeah, but like they don't turn on their turn signal. They just
Turn.
go.
Yeah.
And so then my front tire clips the front of the car, and I flip over the car. And then instinctively I threw out my hands.
To
And then
land.
my arm just like collapsed like under me. And then I couldn't move it. Like it got stuck like in the folded position. I'm trying to be as descriptive as possible. This would have been better to tell with video.
It wasn't like you didn't dislocate a bone.
Maybe. Like again, like okay, so the thing is it got stuck. I couldn't move it, like I couldn't extend it anymore. And then there was a guy that saw it happen, and then he was like, "Oh, yo sobo," like he was a like.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So pinche sobandero just witnessed that.
Yeah. And then he was like,
Right, time to shine.
yeah, and he like just like pulled it, and then it I mean, that's why I think maybe it was dislocated because after that I had more mobility in it, but it still hurt. Like I couldn't fold it back properly. It stayed, instead of being folded in, it stayed out more. Like I couldn't fully close it. Like I could maybe at most make an L with my arm, but I couldn't touch my shoulder basically. So then the guy came out of the car, And I was a kid and I panicked. I probably could have gotten bank from like that accident.
I know a couple people who got banged from getting run over as kids.
And the thing is, the guy looked high as fuck. Like, he was maybe my age now. And, like, he looked stoned. Like, I could tell. And, like, his parents came out of the house and they were yelling at him, like, you could have killed him and, like, blah, blah, blah. And, like, but I was scared. Like,
you ran away?
I thought I was in trouble. Yeah. And then they were like, oh, you know, like, what's your name? And then blah, blah, blah. And my cousin showed up and he didn't know what was going on. So he gave them, like, a fake name. And I was just like, I don't know. And we just left. Yeah, we panicked and we left. And like, I don't know. I mean, I was a kid. Like, the thing is, the bike didn't have brakes technically. Like, because those bikes, you pedal backwards to brake. So I was like, I might get in trouble for this. And I panicked.
Yeah.
I left.
We didn't know better. You were young, yeah.
Yeah. So then I went to my brother's house and I didn't want to tell my mom because she was like, oh, you're going to get in an accident on that bike. And
she's gonna, like,
I knew she was going to take my bike away. So I didn't want to tell her. I didn't want to tell her, bro. Like, I was like, damn. Like, so, but yeah, but I couldn't move my arm, and I was like, this isn't good. Like, I can't pretend.
Like, I need to do something.
So I call my brother, and I'm like, bro, I need to go to the emergency room. So we bike to his house. I bike with one arm to his house, and we're waiting for him to get home. And he calls my mom.
Your middle brother.
My oldest brother.
Oh, your oldest.
Yeah, my oldest, because he lived like down the street. So he was, again, you know, like I say, he's more like my dad. Like, like, you know, he does like dad stuff. So it's like, he called my mom and he was going to take me to the emergency room, but he wanted to get my health insurance, like card. So he said he was doing some tax information or something. So he made up some excuse that he needed copies of everyone's card.
Smart.
Yeah. And then he got it, took me to the emergency room. They took x-rays and they said that, yeah, they needed to do a cast. So they like put it in a splint first. Like they bandaged it just to hold it in place. And then they applied a cast. And then I had the cast for like a couple months. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We never really followed up. Like when I went to go remove the cast, they were like, oh, it's completely healed. Like the guy that removed it said that maybe it didn't even need a cast. Like it did look like they just needed to pop it back into place. But it's good now. I mean, it doesn't click.
You're like, I don't hear nothing.
For those listening, I'm moving my arm right now. It doesn't.
He's doing it into the mic.
It falls off. Yeah, I mean, I have full mobility on it now, so it's all good.
We're gonna have to go reenact this to see what really happened. Stay tuned for the next podcast, guys.
yeah. No. We'll get Marco. We'll set up a crime scene. Yeah, no, but that was the closest I came to like breaking a bone.
Like full on.
Yeah. And yeah, I had so many close calls on that bike. Like my mom was right. It was a death trap.
You're like, maybe she should have taken it away.
Yeah. No, like I had moments where like my life would flash before my eyes. Like, you know, again, I mean, I was 13, 14. So I don't know if you guys like doing this, but like if you get on a bike and go on the top of a hill and just like bomb the hill. Yeah, so we're like going down this massive hill and again, like a car turns in front of me and I don't have enough time to stop. So I turn the handlebars as hard as I can and I hop the curb. Like I hit the curb, but instead of, I guess I was gripping the bike so hard that I fell with the bike. And the bike landed back on its wheels, and I kept going, but I should have died. Like
you don't even know how it happened.
Yeah,
it just...
with the speed I was going at, if the bike didn't land and I hit no helmet, no pads, obviously. Like,
obviously, I'm an idiot. Man.
Yeah, I'm a man. No, I'm a freaking idiot.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, like it just. Yeah, I vividly remember that near hit because I was flying towards a concrete wall. Like there was a fence that had like concrete pillars and like fence. I was going straight into a pillar. Like I would have just split my head open. Like, but no, it's like I managed to. And yeah, let's talk about something else. My hands are getting sweaty. Like, talking about this.
Thinking about that now, it's hilarious because I used to do the same exact thing, like on the overpasses. Same thing. You bomb the freaking overpass. Oh, sorry, dropped the mic again. And like you do it with like no hands. You do it just fucking going fast as fuck, whatever. And now I think about it, I'm just like, I don't think I do that now, bro. Fuck
You
that
think about
shit,
it
dude.
too much. You're
Yeah,
just
now
like,
I'm just like, no. Like,
That logic.
I got more to lose now. Fuck that. You didn't give a fuck back then, but now it's just like, I don't know.
And that's the thing, you know, like I would do this on bike with like again no brakes,
Yeah.
like no helmet, no. And I was like, dude, I'm so cool.
I mean, back then wearing helmets and stuff wasn't cool. That's why we didn't.
Yeah,
wear
yeah.
them.
Well, that's
so
why.
it's like, it
In
was
my
embarrassing
mind,
to wear them.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm over here like, man, I'm the coolest motherfucker around. And I'm like, I could have died. But yeah. So wait, Celeste, did you ever break
I broke my arm when I was 5.
completely?
Yeah, like it was a break. It was like, yeah. Yeah, I know. I think that's why I have that thing with bones now. Like, just I hate, like, just hearing that story right now with like that your arm got locked. Oh, like, I hate.
Did you
anything
just
having to do with
fall?
bone. Yeah, so I was helping my mom with the groceries, and she had like a minivan back then.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so and obviously I was tiny. I was 5, so I don't even know. I'm pretty sure from what I remember, I was eating a popsicle at the same time.
So what I'm hearing
And
is that it was my suegra's fault that you broke your arm.
No. No. So I was eating a popsicle, and I'm pretty sure what I was trying to grab was a gallon of milk, you know, which is kind of heavy for a 5-year-old. But I stepped backwards to get down.
Oosh. Dang, that's like dropping out of an airplane.
Yeah, so I was stepping backwards to get down, and I guess, I don't know, whatever, my feet got whatever, and I fell backwards and I landed on my arm.
It sounds like
And,
when
like,
you
broke
take
it.
a step off of something that's
That you-
steeper
Yes,
than you
yeah.
and you don't anticipate it, and then you get
Yeah, and I
scared that
fell
you're gonna
backwards.
fall. Yeah.
And I landed on my arm. And all I remember was just screaming. I don't remember exactly what it felt like, obviously, because it was so long ago. But, like, I remember the ambulance took me to the hospital. I remember that. I remember being in the ambulance. And then I remember when I got to the hospital, like, it was a break in my, I think it was my left arm.
Uh-huh.
But I remember the doctor had to, like, pop it, like, back in place first before, like,
Yeah.
they can... And I just remember, like, he did it, and I don't know if I fucking passed out or whatever, but I woke up in a different room with, like, my arm already, like, bandaged up and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember screaming, that's for sure, because he fucking, like, I remember him grabbing it like this and twisting it to, like, put it back into
like
place,
but
I
you
guess.
see, but aren't you glad that happened when you were 5
Yeah,
and
'cause I
not an
don't-
adult?
Yes. Oh, definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
Because even like at 13, like, you know,
Yeah.
what happened to me, I'm like, still right now,
Yeah.
it's hitting, it's come and go. Like, I don't really remember the pain that much. Like,
But as an adult,
I don't
Yeah, as
remember
an
the
adult,
pain.
I don't remember that
yeah, like,
ever.
yeah, I don't remember the pain at all.
Like-
I remember the experience,
Mm-hmm.
but not the pain. And then I wear a
actually,
cast
but
for like months.
you'd be surprised. You'd think that because right now we're not actually like in any but adrenaline's a hell of a fucking.
well,
Like,
okay, no,
with
the
this
thing
shit,
is,
with this,
yeah,
like
He's pointing
he's
to
pointing at his face.
I
He
picture.
has a scar on his face from
And just yesterday, like one of like the fucking like the laminated beams,
Mm-hmm.
fucking
Yeah, landed
where
on his
where all
toe.
the wood is, it's like we're like up in like a little hill,
Yeah.
like a house, like 2 houses on a little hill. It's a really nice area, but so where they dropped off the freaking materials, it's all like has a slope to it,
Oh, yeah.
so you can literally just like even like the heavy beams, you can just force them a little bit and just fucking they fall over.
down.
Well, I was getting like some we were plating, and I was getting some long 2x6s, like 20 footers, and I think like one of my like my left, like my bags like rubbed up against the beam just enough to like,
like
and
topple
it just
it.
it toppled
It sounds like you guys
onto-
need to put the beams somewhere
somewhere
else.
else, and it just toppled onto me, and it like it didn't fully land
Mm-hmm.
on my foot, but like it did,
Yeah.
and so like right now like my middle toe
Yeah.
is all bruised up,
Purple.
and yesterday I was just
It's getting further
I
from
was
the
like-
mic.
I know.
I was limping all day.
So
And then
he
it's like
needs
when it
steel-toed
happens,
boots.
you're just like the initial thing right there. Obviously, I wasn't in enough pain to be like, what the fuck? I got pissed off. I was like, and then Nacho, because I was giving him the plate or the
His
freaking
boss.
and he was just like, "You okay?" And I was just like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." And then after when it started hella hurting, I was just like, "Oh,
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay." Like, it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Like it got like towards the end of the day when I was driving back, I had to like untie my shoe because it was just throbbing. You know, I was just like, man. I was like, but it's fine. I was like, I kind of don't want to look at it though. It's probably gonna be like all fucking because
not
I've
too
had
bad.
it from soccer. I'm pretty sure I did break, or at least like fractured my big toe on my right foot.
Yeah.
Because that shit was like purple, like all purple,
Yeah.
and like swollen for like a month.
Got a little plum on your foot.
Yeah, and I never went to the
Ew.
doctor. Like I remember this was like middle school. It was like 7th grade, and I remember I had like the slip-on Vans, dude. For like a month, I could not walk.
And you didn't go to the doctor?
And I never went. Like, I told my mom, oh, this happened, like, at practice. And she's like, tu dedo's, like, hella bad. But, you know, they're like, ponte pomada.
Pomada.
And,
Sana,
Home
con
remedies
Nicolana.
first.
yeah, I don't remember. Like, I never...
I mean, it's fine now.
I was kind of like, no, it's okay, you know?
You
for
look at
whatever
it, it's all,
fucking reason.
it's all twisted. What the fuck is you doing? The toes don't look like that, bro.
It's fucking inverted. The nail is pointing
nail's
down.
You're like, look, it's normal. Wait, no, everyone's toes is
like that. What do you mean? But and right now, like I know what you were getting at, like where you're thinking of it and just like, man, if it was to happen to me now, fuck, like that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then I think that too, and then I'm like, but you don't know, like
I'm
I
talking
feel
about
like in the moment.
I think
maybe
you're just
I'll go
saying, like,
after.
like,
I don't know,
well,
it just
okay, because
depends.
I'm thinking like memory wise, like
Yeah.
like I just the thought of me like if I were to fall on my arm right now, look at my arm and it's like pointing the wrong
I know.
way.
Same.
Like I would pass out. like,
literally, and I'd ask like the fucking doctor, just keep me passed out until you fix
Yes,
me, please.
like,
I
like,
cannot want to experience
put
any
me
of
in an
this.
induced
something-
coma
Yes,
until I'm
literally.
fully healed.
Yes, literally. I do not want to remember any of this.
Dude, but see, there's something about that like I don't know if it's like pride or what.
Nah,
but there's
fuck
something
that.
about that.
Fuck.
There's something about
I don't
that
wanna
if I
feel
were to
it.
like break my arm like
Uh-huh.
that or something, I feel like afterwards, in order to not be like traumatized, I would like watch like injury porn of broken bones and shit into like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm getting?
Well, like I'm
Because like
pretty,
I would not want to be like, fuck, I can't look at broken bones anymore.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why the way it's so weird the way I think about it, but the way I think about it is just like, well, then if I'm in that position again, I like my worst fear is freezing in a situation where
You need to
I
act.
need to act. Like that's a
Yeah.
horrible fear of mine.
Yeah.
Like that terrifies me. That it's just like, what if I die because you freeze?
Yeah,
Or
I
some
get what you
shit.
mean.
Or something happens to somebody because you're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, but the thing is like I love like watching like injury stuff.
too, but
Like
I can't.
yeah, like I mean that's why I asked you wanted to go watch Jackass with me.
Yeah.
Like I love like all that stuff. Like seeing people get hurt. Like there's something like as an idiot. Like I don't know. Like
You guys are weird.
See?
I can't do that.
no, but, see,
but I know that you don't like Jackass. Like you never got into it.
I'll watch like accidents and stuff, but they have to be accidents. People willingly like that. I feel like that type of stuff. It takes away from it to me, or it takes away from the enjoyment of it
Yeah.
if it's willingly.
Well,
Something about that, the fact that you might be witnessing an accident and just be like, ooh, like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck, is part of what the curiosity of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
once
yeah,
the
yeah.
curiosity is gone, it's just like, I think of, like you said, I think of it, I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, what's the point of doing this?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
I can't help but
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
that.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but I think for me it's like it's kind of like the whole thing I wouldn't know about this cuz I don't watch NASCAR. But like when people say like oh you watch it, but then it's like
Oh, you
you're
watch
also
it
kind of
only for
watching
the-
it to see if like someone's going to
something
be in a
happens.
wreck.
Yeah.
When I'm watching like stuff like Jackass or stuff, there are things that they plan for
And then
then they go wrong.
Yeah, I get you.
And that's why
That's
like
what-
I
I
like
get
it.
you, I
like
get you.
I'm like
It's
yeah, the
the
stunts are
curiosity.
cool.
It's still the
Yeah, like
curiosity.
the stunts are cool, but I'm like but if they're are throwing themselves out of a shopping cart thinking like, haha, this is funny, but then all of a sudden one of them is like arm is like backwards.
Yeah, see, I feel like I would enjoy that. Maybe what the part it's because also they do a lot of like body stuff.
Yeah, I know
with,
that
like,
stuff.
shit
I
and
know
stuff.
that
to
people
me,
don't
I'm
like
just
that. Yeah,
like it's not even that I'm like, oh, that's so gross, but it's just like I don't want to look at that.
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
No,
like,
I get
that
what you
part
mean.
of it.
That's the only part
Like I don't want to
whenever.
see you with your legs folded behind your head, fucking erupting diarrhea out of your fucking
my
butt.
God.
Yeah, yeah.
Like so, it's just like nah.
That's the part that anyone that I ever try to get to like watch like a Jackass type thing with me or whatever, it's like the stunts I feel like are cool and
Yeah,
fun to
yeah.
watch, but once they start like doing poop stuff and I'm like, I could see why people don't want to
Yeah,
watch it
just
because
like,
even when it gets to those parts, I'm usually like, because I mean I don't want to see someone throw up. Like
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. I'm like I'm good.
It's like yeah.
Yeah, you know, crap, you had said something earlier about
I will say, it's like my original point of that whole thing because I was pointing at my face at the tiny scar that I have
yeah.
is
He looks like Two-Face right now,
I-
guys.
it's like couldn't
He's horribly scarred.
It's like
half his
that
face is
day-
gone.
that day
like 1 inch long.
I kept myself from thinking about it, but I couldn't. Like I immediately felt like I had to just get it out in the open with myself, or else I would be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
It's a fact that like, man, if I would have been like a little further down or bent over, or he wouldn't have like tipped it a little
Well,
bit.
you're
like,
really
dude,
close to your eyeball.
would've-
Yeah.
I would have. I don't know if I would have died,
Yeah.
but I mean, if it would have hit me clean in like the back of the head or the back of the neck. Yeah, like
Damage.
that would have been way worse than what I got.
okay, well, explain what happened, because I mean,
Well,
No, you're pointing. You're talking
Yeah,
yeah,
about,
you're
like,
pointing in
everyone
your
knows
face, and
he was
like,
like, okay. He's like around my size.
His coworker.
His
My
coworker.
coworker is like around my size. He's or a little shorter.
He
He's
works.
like
He works in construction.
5'10" or something. He was like on
Lot
a
more
he was on a
sense.
4-foot ladder. So say this thing fell from
What thing?
10 feet. It was it was like a beam.
a thingamajig.
It was
on
a
the
beam
Houdini-
connector.
on
It was a beam connector. So
They
it's
fell on
like
the
this metal.
phalange.
You're gonna have
It's like
to,
this metal.
draw an
It's basically a
animation.
metal hard. It's metal hardware that weighed about like I don't know 15 pounds. Say 15 pounds.
So they're
That's a good
installing
weight.
this piece
They're
of metal
installing this piece of
hardware.
metal hardware on the beam
Above them.
to
On a
connect
beam, yeah.
to tie into a post that's going to support the beam. Well, I'm trying to plumb up the post, and I go down and hit it with the hammer. And as I do that, I'm bending. Obviously, I'm bending over.
Mm-hmm.
The coworker is up on the ladder, and he's over here supposed to hold the connector, and it slips from his hand, from his grip. So obviously, it falls down, and as I'm bent over, it like slices my cheek. It hits me on the cheek.
It's like right near his cheekbone. Like
right on the cheekbone, right
yeah.
below my left eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, those glorious
And-
I'm
cheekbones.
sure you've seen. If you go
And
back
it-
on the
and it-
videos, you'll see
And
those
it left like a 1-inch like
gash.
laceration gash on my face. I
And
had to
it
go
got
get stitches. It like I clacked my freaking jaw.
Ugh,
So like that
yeah.
whole day, my jaw, my teeth, my tongue was bleeding. I was bleeding from like my face and my tongue because
Oh,
I
yeah,
bit
'cause
my
he, like,
tongue.
Bit his tongue hella hard. Ugh.
And so yeah, I went to the emergency room. But I remember that day, I was just like, man, that could have been way worse. Like,
Yeah,
that could have
yeah,
been way worse. Like just super lucky. Like you can't help but think you're like, man, I got super lucky. Like it could
It
have been
wasn't
way
worse.
worse.
Yeah.
And then the next day, it was just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, you know, okay.
It's
You know
like,
what? You're
what?
kind of convincing me otherwise. Because we just had this conversation about how high my pain tolerance is.
Huh?
Like, I can withstand a
More than-
great deal of pain.
Yeah, more
and,
than
like,
you
not
think.
even just, like, with adrenaline going. Like, I think I told you guys, like, when I was, like, that girl that I was seeing, like, she wanted to see... I think I pinched her too hard. And then she
Oh,
said
yeah.
that she wanted to pinch me.
Yeah.
And she basically broke my skin and was going to make me bleed. And I still didn't feel it.
Feel it.
Like, and
I don't freaking know.
I've noticed, I would never say that I have a high pain tolerance because I don't really know how you
Gauge
judge,
it.
how
Yeah.
you gauge that.
I'm a weenie.
But I will say that I've
He's like, you want to find out?
Wanna find out?
It has a lot. It really does have a lot to do with like the state of mind you're in. Because
Probably.
I've had things happen to me where when you don't give it that, oh fuck, this just happened, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
And other tiny little things, you're just like, oh, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And so you're just like,
Yeah.
wait, what the fuck? How does that work?
That
And
is
I don't
kinda
know
funny.
if it's the body's reaction. I don't know if it's maybe seeing it and just feeling it. Who knows what it is? But yes, there's been times where like, yeah, I do find myself when you're just like, man, I took that pretty well.
Yeah.
And then, but then you picture it and you're like, but other times, I've got like a tiny little cut. I'm just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, no, well, those smaller ones do hurt more because
Yeah.
I think right now the most painful thing for me that like, because it's that I can remember. Obviously, I haven't gone through a lot of painful stuff this week, but like this week, right? I was opening my door and I had static on me, and the door shocked me, and I was like, oh fuck, like I don't know, but
Ow,
like,
yeah.
but it hurt, but. I've been hit way harder.
It's like those little sudden, like little
Yeah,
things that,
and like it's when it happens when it's like not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Like I hate like paper cuts.
I
like
hate paper cuts.
like
I find them annoying as fuck.
yeah,
That's a
it's less
big
of a
thing,
pain thing. It's more like are you fucking serious?
Yeah, and that's true. I
I
get
like, how the fuck did this even happen?
like I've
You
went,
get
like,
mad at yourself. You're like, am I an
like,
idiot?
like a lot of the times I notice I get angry at inanimate objects and it's so stupid because I've
Stub your toe.
I've
Fuck.
witnessed my dad like break so many things trying to fix them and stuff,
Yeah.
or the same thing where something hurts you and you're just like, what the fuck, and you just fucking get hella mad.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe that helps too
uh-huh.
to like compartmentalize the pain.
Anger
It's
issues?
anger.
And just-
Anger issues.
Because you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever done this. Maybe this has more like, maybe you have, just because I know that I have never had OCD, but I'll have like obsessive stuff that like, well, I was clipping my fingernails once, and like I clipped them too far. Like I kept clipping and clipping, thinking that I need to clip them more. And
Yeah.
like, there's like this burning sensation that you get.
You get like super tender.
Yeah, I hate that feeling. Like,
yeah.
I
I'm
think
really
that's
careful when I clip my nails.
yeah, like it's really that feeling. I feel like gives me more pain than anything else because there's nothing I can really do about it.
And it's
it's
so
your fingers, too, so
based
it's like
on
you have
touch.
to-
Like
yeah.
yeah, I hate that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still don't want to
Gotta
break a
be
bone.
Careful.
Yeah, no.
Don't cut so far.
This happened before.
Oh,
Like yeah. No,
so
now I'm like I'm more
Experienced.
Yeah, experienced. I'm an experienced nail cutter.
Yeah.
I'm a professional.
Yeah. I mean,
agree.
you are bringing me more to your side, Isidro, but I still wouldn't want to break a bone.
No, yeah,
as
no,
an
I wouldn't
adult.
want to break a bone either.
Me either.
I'm just saying that, like, it's definitely true to an extent of how we, as much as we overestimate ourselves in a lot of things, I think it is a general rule for like human beings.
Mm-hmm.
We underestimate ourselves in our capacity to deal with the results of the stupidity of us overestimating ourselves.
Yeah,
If that
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Like us overestimating our abilities leads to the action, and when we picture it, if that action goes a way that we don't want it to go, which leads to injury, we underestimate how well we're actually able to
yeah.
like deal with a situation that.
Well, because right now we're speaking about injury as if we're cognizant and capable to avoid
Avoid it,
injury.
yeah.
But if that was possible, then no one would ever
would
get
ever
injured.
hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like in the moment, obviously, like
Things
that's why I
happen.
feel like I wouldn't be that like I'm not saying I wouldn't be the person that would freeze up when like I need to, but yeah, like I've been in instances where I get hurt, like or like I've avoided like car accidents, like someone's gonna rear end me and I could get out of the way, like in the moment, like I don't freeze up and stuff like that. I guess like
I've pictured it, and I'm like, man, what if I broke my finger or something, and it's like
Uh-huh.
inverted and like dislocated in the opposite direction? And I picture it, and I'm like, maybe I'd just be like, oh, fuck, oh, like people who like.
Yeah.
I'm like, or I could also very reasonably just picture myself like that same panic, just being like, oh, let me pop that back in, and just being like, oh, fuck.
Well, good.
Like, who knows?
Yeah, well, good example, because when I was working at Food for Less, I did squish my foot under the meat racks, the meat racks. You know, like where you know how when we would stock the shelves, those iron racks where you would put the trays of food and stuff. Yeah, so I had a full rack of tri-tips, and I was like moving it around in the freezer, and I pulled it towards me, and my foot got trapped under it. Ouch. And the entire rack fell on me, and I fell back, and my foot stayed planted. So I fell completely on my back, and my foot was still like that, straight. And I was back there by myself, and I couldn't yell for help or anything. And then so it's like I opened the door, and I'm like, help! But then I was like, I think I could get up. And then like I managed to kick the thing off and wobble on like one foot. But then after a while, I was like, I think I'm good. But
you didn't report it, did you? No,
they made me. They heard about it, and then they were like, you have to call MedCorp, and they have to we have to file it just in case. But yeah, in the moment it hurt so much, but after a while I was like, I think I could work through it. Like I think I'm fine. Yeah, maybe I am fine. And it was fine. It was more like of a sprain. Like I just needed to ice it and take some painkillers for like a weekend. Good, yeah. But yeah, again, still don't want to break an arm or anything.
Yeah. This week in general, I think it was just like, what the fuck for me at work? Because what was it, Monday? Yeah, yes, Monday. I don't know if it's happened before, but I don't know if it's like just from being tense or the way I sleep. I don't know if you've ever heard like when they say like, oh, amaneciste torcido. O te torciste. Like it happens where like sometimes you do a certain movement and fuck, you feel like a strain of some sort.
Kind of.
Well, that happened to me this Monday.
Is it like when you like sleep wrong?
It's that type. That's similar type of feeling, but like this Monday that happened to me.
On your chest.
And it happened literally like getting back from lunch at work, putting on my belt. Like I don't know how I like spread myself to like clench the belt, and like I felt it like on my right, like, but it wasn't like it's not like it was my chest muscle. Like it felt like it was like deep.
Like on your titty?
Yeah, like it felt like deep in my chest and like my back. Like,
it felt like, I know what you're talking about. It feels like a pop kind of like, and it's like a burning kind of.
It was just like it hurt.
Yeah.
And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I couldn't even turn my neck. I couldn't turn. I couldn't drop.
It even kind of hurts when you breathe in like really hard. Yeah.
And I couldn't drop my shoulder because it felt like something was just fucking like an alien was about to be swinging on my chest, dude.
Oh my god.
And then like 2 days later,
so that's like couldn't be me.
Like yesterday I was fine. Today, like I'm better. Like I still little remnants of the pain, but I'm better. I'm good.
Yeah.
But I remember just that whole day. I was just like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? Like I'm gonna be hell uncomfortable the whole day. And yeah, I was uncomfortable the whole day. And then yesterday, I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Like. How I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, dude, what the fuck?
But you do work in construction.
It's like I'm made of fucking like paper or something.
I say you get some steel-toed boots.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I was like, you don't have any steel-toed boots?
Mm-mm. I do, but the ones I have are hella heavy. They're the ones I used to use at Food for Less.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think you should invest in some steel-toed.
Well, I need new boots too, because my heels hella hurt. Boots. My heels hella hurt because I'm wearing through the sole of my.
Oh yeah.
And like everybody has a certain where you pronate to it, like either external or internal pronation. You know.
Yeah. I need special.
And so like the inner.
Thanks for putting on my disability like that.
Mine are just flat as fuck.
Okay. And yeah, I'm wearing, and so obviously like I'm off balance.
Yeah.
So my body's like, whatever. But basically, my heels have been hurting, and Yeah, I do need new shoes. Either need to resole those or just get new shoes.
Well, if you get new ones, get some steel-toed ones, because.
But that's the thing too, that I don't like steel-toed.
Yeah, but in
shoes.
cases
they're not
like
as
that, your
comfortable.
toe would not be
Yeah.
bruised if you had steel-toed.
But if I do drop something heavier on it, I
Yeah.
lose my toes.
Exactly.
Huh?
So is it toes? Do you want your toes, or do you want to get some steel-toed boots?
No. You misunderstood what I just said. I said if I do get steel-toed
Oh.
boots and something heavier lands on them, that same cap
Oh, the thing. Yeah.
cuts your toes off.
I thought you meant like if
And
I
she's
don't.
like, yeah, exactly.
I thought you said if you
She's
don't
like,
get
fuck your
steel-toed.
toes.
I thought
Yeah.
if you said if you don't get
No,
steel-toed,
like
then
that
it's
same
your
thing
toes.
is good, but it's also bad because if something does crush, your toes are gonna give out, and that thing is just gonna basically clamp right through your toes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess like something that heavy. So
I feel like you're gonna die anyways.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose the toe anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would get steel toe. It's kind of funny. I just realized that everyone on this podcast has fucked up feet.
I have really flat feet.
Yeah, so
I
that's
have
just
no
really
arc.
flat feet.
Arc.
No arc, right? You have like zero arc,
Mine aren't
No,
that
I don't
fucked
have
up. How are
any.
mine fucked up?
bro. You had a plum foot.
There's a plum toe.
You had a plum toe. Yeah, so this is just flat feet. I have like a flat left foot, and Marco has a flat right foot, I think. Yeah, me and him have the same shoes, like the same running
Oh, 'cause
shoes.
of the same-
Yeah, for the same reason. Yeah, but I think his is the opposite foot. We could make like a fully functional
Person.
person. Yeah.
You guys have fully functional feet. You guys just switched. If someone stole your right foot and his left foot, you're the perfect specimen.
We're like a freaking Power Rangers Megazord.
Megazord?
The Megazord on the left foot. He's the right foot.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I think that was a pretty decent podcast. We didn't even talk about the other stories either.
I know. What was the other story?
What stories?
Getting lost.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't even remember. I just remember I got lost in Target. I don't know
Yeah.
how.
I know.
My mom just wasn't there.
I
All of a
know. I
sudden.
did too. I don't really have.
Your mom was like later.
No.
That's what I want to ask you. When you broke your arm, did your mom get mad at you?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think she was inside. Well, like, cause she was
Walking in the grocery.
walking in the groceries. Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure my.
She came out and then. She
Well,
just
I'm pretty
saw,
sure I
like,
was. No, I was
the
probably
Exorcist on the ground,
screaming,
the fucking
crying.
ambulance.
She's like,
I remember my friend was there too, like my neighbor.
That's
She was
so
there, too.
embarrassing.
I didn't feel embarrassed. I was just like,
I know when you're little, you don't feel embarrassed, but as you get older, getting injured is so embarrassing. For me, I don't know.
No, hold up. I think I lost some audio.
technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties on my side. Looks like, I don't know, it just kind of stopped recording at some point. Well, not at some point, like right now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah, no, it's on. I don't know why. I'm gonna just save this part for now. And then
Rigo's microphone stopped recording, guys. So
You're all the way over there.
if you can't hear him that well, you can't hear
The
him
little
that well.
spikes are like this tiny when he's like all the way over here.
Alright, let's see now.
I don't
Okay.
think my mom got mad at me though.
Yeah, it's starting to record again. I just saved the first audio track just in case, but yeah, it's starting to record. But I mean, I think we could end it there.
Yeah.
We need to do another short episode. We could talk about us getting lost. I remember my story very vividly because my mom was right next to me and I still got lost.
How did that even happen?
Like in the panic of being like a kid.
You're like,
Right,
no.
Yeah, so I'll tell you guys that story some
I
other
mean,
time.
it makes complete sense because when you're little, the world seems huge.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like it
yeah.
is, but it
And-
just.
Like
and
the
I was in a
perception
3-story
of the world.
Walmart. Like
Oh,
I had never
wow, what the
been
fuck?
in like
What?
a
There's a 3-story
He lived
Walmart.
in
Yeah,
LA.
I
Come
lived in
on.
LA,
I mean,
bro.
come on.
What the?
Yeah.
I didn't
I
know
was
that was a
gonna say.
thing.
yeah. So
God, that's 3 times the fucking.
3 times the
deals.
floors.
3 times the
3
deal.
times the shittiness of a Walmart.
It's like basically it's only like to save space, so it's probably still the same
Oh.
size of a Walmart,
Just
but
tall.
just
Smart.
like
Yeah.
Compact
instead of
and-
horizontal, it's
yeah.
lateral. So it's like each department was like on a different floor.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's not. There's not more Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a Sam's Club.
No.
I've never been to a Sam's Club.
It's just the bougie Walmart.
Ah.
Isn't it like a Costco kind of?
Yeah. It's
I
just,
wanna
but
go
it's
to a
Walmart.
Sam's
It's Walmart. It's owned by Walmart. It's on Walmart.
Oh.
You guys didn't know that?
I've never been to Sam's Club.
Me
Oh,
either.
I've been once.
I want to go.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, no, Celeste loves shopping.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand, but
She's like, shopping?
Yeah. See, if I have an addiction to anything,
It's shopping.
It's
I love going
there.
to Best Buy.
Best Buy. I used to like going there, but then now that I like expensive like microphones and cameras and stuff, I'm like, I'm not going in there.
that's not to.
Because they'll be like, put it on your credit card. I'm like, you're right.
Swipe,
Been there,
swipe.
done that.
He's like, why'd you get the Best Buy credit card if you're not gonna use it? And I'm
You're
like,
like, good point.
good point, man. Good point.
And then
Totally
a
getcha.
year later, you still haven't paid it back.
Yeah. I'm like, God damn, we're running out of the 0% interest. But yeah, so yeah, we'll tell you guys some more stories. Again, I was gonna tell you guys like we should make this like a 30-minute episode. I think we went on like an hour already.
We're an hour
Yeah,
in.
we're good.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
good amount.
Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, we'll wait for Marco. I feel those stories, Marco's gonna have plenty of those. Too.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure he has to have
I'm
like a
pretty sure
broken
Marco-
bone
I'm
story.
pretty sure, yeah, that, and I'm pretty sure he still gets lost in the fucking
He's like, I got lost camping. Yeah, he could tell
I
us
got
all about
lost last
camping.
week. What do you mean?
Yeah, no, he could tell us all about his camping trip. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it is. I do miss having Marco though. It started out a little rough. I don't know if it made it into the recording of the podcast or if I'll add it later, but it did feel a little weird trying to start the podcast without having him here to
Without
like.
the
I know
intro.
I had to bust
Yeah.
out the Four Town.
Yeah. Like we just, I don't know. He just kind of sets the tone, and he's just
Allows you to settle in.
Yeah. And usually, like at the start, it's like where we struggle to like come up with topics, and he'll come up with something. He just like throws it out, and we're like, let's talk about that. So it took us a while to get going, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. What is
Share
it?
your own
Broken bone stories.
broken bone
If you have
stories
any.
in the comments.
Yeah. If you miss Marco, put Marco in the comments.
Happy late birthday, Joanna.
Oh yeah, happy
Yeah.
late birthday, John. I know it was this past weekend.
Yeah, I had set a reminder on my calendar to give you a birthday shout out before your birthday came out. And then we didn't do the
I know, we didn't
podcast.
do-
Life
podcast.
happened.
Yeah,
I'm so
life
sorry.
happens. So yeah, happy late birthday, Joanna, our number one fan.
Number one commenter.
Our number one commenter, number one fan. If we ever get a fan club, she's gonna run it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, she's gonna be the moderator. But yeah, let us know what you think. What question should they answer?
What was I terrified of at the age of 4?
Yeah. Or tell us how she broke her arm.
That or comment just the cake emoji.
Yeah, the cake emoji.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're either listening to this on YouTube. So if you are, we're also on other podcast platforms. We're on Google Play, Spotify, Amazon, Apple. Yeah, Apple Music. Yeah. Sorry, I don't use iPhone. Only Celeste does.
And Marco.
And
And then
I don't
she,
have-
she doesn't even have Apple Music either.
Oh wow.
I don't.
How do you listen to podcasts?
YouTube.
Wow.
All I use is YouTube.
So why do you use?
Yeah.
I only listen to like 2 podcasts. This one and Bad Friends. Sometimes Tiger
Tiger
Belly
Belly.
and Ginger Whiskey, but
Yeah, so you know the
Whiskey
quality of our
Ginger.
oh, Whiskey
podcast.
Ginger. Sorry. Huh?
Yeah. So now they know the quality of our podcasts. She only listens to those podcasts and ours, so we're pretty much on
we're
the same
pretty much
level.
on the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh. We're
Stop
totally,
giving them free promo. They don't need any more.
we're totally comedians over here looking at large.
So that's just like, check out these little podcasts.
Literally.
Bad Friends. I don't know if you heard of them.
Maybe not. I don't know.
What they don't need to listen to us. But
We
yeah.
have enough.
Check us out on there. Give us a rating. And yeah, we'll be back next week. Hopefully Marco will be back. And we'll bring the video back.
The video back, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think Isidro struggles telling stories in audio.
Yeah,
I
he's
struggle-
not very descriptive.
I struggle with telling stories. Period.
Period.
It's not that I'm. Yeah, it's okay.
He's
We
good.
gotta talk about that.
It would have made more sense. He was doing a lot of gestures. You would have.
It's just
got
I
into
literally
story.
I can't like stick to the same train of like. I get ahead
He
of
has
myself. Like I
ADHD,
cannot.
guys.
I'm
Yeah.
explaining it, and as I'm explaining it, I'm already moving to the next thing, and,
Yeah.
and like, you guys can't. Like, you're just like, what?
You're like, you guys can't keep up.
It's not me, it's you guys.
Yeah, I know. He's trying to blame us.
I know.
Gaslighting.
He's like, if you could just see it in my head, it would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah. Thank you. And Celeste will sing Fort Town.
Where did I leave off of the last in the beginning? Oh my god, I'm blanking out.
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
Yes.
You never know. No. I got it. You never know if I was. Our friends.
Podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.